Hello aspirants, welcome to Law Excellence. This is Pratyusha. In this session, we're going to discuss about the newly passed bill, the Merchant Shipping Bill 2025. Now, why it has been passed? Now, we had an old bills that have been there. We have Merchant Shipping Act of 1958 and we have Indian Carriage Goods Act in 1928. It is a very old bill and these bills have been changed so that there is a modernization occurring. There is an involvement of the private sector. Investment will be increased in the shipping industry and it also helps in boosting our blue economy. Now when you see the aspects of the bill that is being present, first it has been replacing the outdated bill and it has been passed, the Merchant Shipping Bill in 2024 along with the Carriage of Goods by Sea Bill in 2025. Two bills have been simultaneously passed in the Parliament. Now this has been induced because of large maritime reforms that have been there. So what type of reforms have been there? Shipping regulation reforms, regulatory authority reforms have been done. The percentage of the ownership that's been present. Now when you see which are the key highlights that are being present in this bill, first one they have included is the offshore rigs. Then they have included the submersibles, hydrofoils, barges, the pleasure crafts, etc. Now the definition of this vessel has been expanded. Large different type of infrastructure, transportation and the trade vessels or the ships that have been there. Now they are coming under the purview of the bill. Second, they made a compulsory registration is being done to all the vessels. Before, based on the size only, we used to have the registration. But irrespective of the size, irrespective of the things, now the registration is being made compulsory. Along with that, there is also given a temporary registration for the ships that are been undergoing the recycling in the near coming. Then there is a relaxation of the ownership criteria has been done. This ownership criteria, now they have been decreased from 100% to 51%. It means that 51% will be done from the Indian side and the rest of the 49% we can have the private sector. The NRIs can come and invest in the vessels that have been there or ownership of the vessels can be taken up. Then they have also enhanced the seafarer welfare. Now this promotes the extending Indian Navy or Indian fishermen or the shippers that have been there. Now, if they are working in any foreign vessels, now for them also, the security is being present through this bill. Then we have the other one, pollution control. Now, through this bill, because we already know the marine pollution is one of the important degrading factor for the environment, where in this bill, they have highlighted that we have to use low sulfur fuel should be utilized and it has to integrate the MARPOL norms and ban single-use plastics in the ships. And also there is also a separate portal has been established by the government for the recycling of the waste of the shipping industry that's been present. Then we have regulatory overhaul. Now the name of the regulatory authority has been changed. It is being changed to Director General of Marine Administration to oversee the marine education, safety, compliance and etc. Now it also improved the maritime security. Now the detection of the stateless vessels. Stateless vessels means that now these vessels doesn't belong to any of the nation. It might be due to or it might belong to an illegal person or illegal activity. It might be there. The inter-border or inter-maritime vessels might be there or pirate vessels. Now right now pirate vessels are not being there, but this illegal activities vessels might be present. Now those all come under the stateless vessels. Now those can be detained through this bill and we also have a better investigation of a maritime casualty. Now, whenever there is an maritime casualties has been occurring, now through this bill we can find the importance or the strengthening can be done through this bill. Now, when we see what is the significance, now these many changes have been brought in the bill. We are overhauling the old acts and we are bringing the new bill that's been present. Now, here when we see it aligns with India's maritime laws and international convention. Now, just now we have seen MARPOL. So, in the comment section, do write what is a MARPOL convention. What is this convention talking about? Then it also boosts the ease of doing business. Now, as the Indian ownership has been decreasing and the private sector ownership has been increased, now we can see that the investment in the shipping industry, investment in the harbor facilities, port facilities, privatization will be improved, and ease of business in the shipping industry will be developed. Then it promotes the investment in the shipping building and blue economy. It also improves the maritime security and training infrastructure, and also enhances the seafarers' rights in line with the MLC standards. Now, this bill is been promoting the blue economy and the shipping industry and creating us as a global standard leader in the trading commerce regarding the oceanic route. Now, such interesting videos. Now, these all bill has been increasing the India's role and importance of the blue economy in India. Now, with this, we will end an important session with a practice question. Which of the following statements is or correct about the Mercantile Shipping Bill of 2024? First, it repeals the old Mercantile Shipping Act in 1958. It restricts ownership of the vessels only to 100% Indian citizen. Third, it integrates MARPOL pollution control norms. Now, when we see the options 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, and 1, 2, 3. So please do answer what the answer for this question in the comment section. For such interesting videos, follow Law Excellence.